Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Tuning in. What? Fuck am I? This is 1950s broadcast television. Yes. This is KTVI, Channel 7, Cincinnati. um, yeah, so I haven't done one of these in a while. It doesn't seem like I've just been so busy. Real life is just burying me. I mean, people talk about, during the COVID apocalypse, they're stuck at home and they're going stir crazy and they're trying to find things to do, or they're actually doing something constructive, like learning a new language or picking up an instrument, like keys or guitar or something, and learning it from scratch. Or maybe they used to do it and now they're doing it again. And you know what I'm thinking, as I always am, is that background music too loud? And it is. Yeah, 100% sure it is. That's Xena Drums and Mr. Mueller. Downstream, this is the name of the cut. They have on Shemite 3, which is the newest, brand new uh, CD of originals. They have a version of this that's more produced. And it just has more cowbell in it. I don't mean that literally, although Melina may be playing cowbell on it actually. But I think it's, I don't know if it's like orchestral or, if they got like violins and oboes and cellos and stuff and flutes and trombones. I don't know. I haven't listened to it yet. Don't kill me, Cena, if you see this. You don't see this. Uh, but it's more. This is just, as I've talked about before, it's just chill keys and Cena with the lightest touch I've ever heard her have, on drums. She's doing brushes, sticks, and rods, and just really, for the most part, really chill. And then I know I've told the story before several times. Is that I've talked when I was talking to Cena, I had to tell her, I said, now don't. This isn't as weird as it sounds, but I think about your right foot just about every night when I go to sleep, and then often in the morning when I'm getting up. But it's because I can't, because this is 16 minutes long. It'll go on for a while. Like it'll be 9 or 10 minutes into it before it builds to a bit of a crescendo, and then she'll come in with that right foot, on the kick drum, and it's just too much, to be sleeping to. I didn't I didn't mention that before. I'm trying to sleep to it, and I have it on a loop. But she come in with that kick drum, and it's more significant, and it can wake me up. So I take down all those low frequencies, about 24 dBs at least, and kill the subwoofer altogether. And I have to think about that, as I'm going to sleep. It's like, oh yeah, I got to take Cena's right foot out of this equation. And then when I wake up in the morning, I have some music. I usually have a set list, or a playlist. I turn on about 15 songs or so, just as I'm kind of waking up and getting some caffeine in me and stuff. And sometimes it's about 3 or 4 songs into the list before because I'm doing other things. I'm catching up to email and I'm looking at Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and whatnot. And then all of a sudden I'll think, those songs don't sound quite right. I'm like, oh, of course they don't. And I go over there and look at all the high frequencies, all the low frequencies are crushed down and the subwoofer is off. I'm like, crap, I've listened to these songs, not the way they're intended. So I flatten everything out and bring up the subwoofer again. But then that next night I need to do the same thing backwards if I'm going to use this. So anyway, it makes a really great background. And I don't have to worry about a copyright strike. And the scene is going to give me a copyright strike, and I don't think she will. So, okay, the topic here is going to be the chapter 3 of merch and stuff. And I think I figured this out with the second chapter. Is honestly, the stuff I want to go through with is about 50-50, whether it was just straight up given to me, or whether I just went to somebody's merch page and bought the merch. And I don't want to say who's who because I don't want to point out that yes, person number 4 gave me this iPhone X. They gave it to me, and look, they signed it on the back with their name. And then next thing you know, a bunch of people are clamoring after that person, saying, "Hey, I want a free iPhone X. Give me one too." So I'm not going to have that. So I'm just not going to say one way or the other. I mean, I'll tell you who's who, but I'm not going to say how I got it. I think that's the best way to do it. So it looks like I have about 7 things. I made a list, a little checklist, so I can, because as we've talked before, I have crap everywhere, including merch stuff that, like this thing I've seen that's got the USB drive in it. We've talked about this before, gone over it before, but it's still right there, so I need to make sure I don't pick it up again and waste a bunch of time describing it. So I've got a decent checklist here, I hope. So I still may overlap, and I still may touch that table. Didn't mean to do that, sorry. Yeah, okay, let me talk technical stuff a little bit more because, this won't be stupid long unless it's already 6.5 minutes. I have not done any merch. But it won't be stupid long unless I manage to talk some technical stuff or something like that. This is my old webcam, as always, or as mostly always. 2 of my videos I did on my iPad, and the iPad is so much better. It's running 1080p, better contrast, better resolution, obviously. This sounds vain, and I said it then, but here my teeth look gray. They look really gray. Weird. They don't look gray at all on the iPad. I'm the same person, and I'm running the cameras literally side by side, right there, and they're 10 times whiter on the iPad. Which is what they look like when I look in the mirror. It's just, I don't know what it is about this camera, that camera, that its color balance is off, and it's just old. And another thing I've noticed, it actually has a mode called standard as opposed to widescreen. And standard means 4:3 television, like back in caveman days. But with standard, I'm so much further away, and I can kind of control that. I can zoom in if I want to. But with widescreen, this is as far away as I can get unless I physically shove the camera away from me. All I can do, the only control I have here is closer. Like da 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 da. That's all I've got. Is more, not less. I can't get any further away than this. And I sometimes I want to be further away. Whether I'm trying to show you how to unload a AR-15 or showing you some merch. I don't want to be this close. But that's the problem with the iPad, or I would just use it, is that I have found, some people I've been talking to, that the gain on the microphone is not enough. It's just not loud enough. And they've got their hardware turned up as loud as it'll go. Now, not external speakers, but they're using internal stuff and other things. And but they've never had any problem with the sound on this camera, and the gain doesn't look like much back there unless I cough or something. Then we get plenty of sound. But it's still, I think it's plenty loud enough at this distance, and the iPad is just not as loud, and I have no control over the iPad. I have control over this thing, but the iPad, it's Apple. They just do what they want. You can't. I have no control. So I'm going to go back to the webcam here for most everything, for Zoom one-on-one discussion, face-to-face, FaceTime things, whatever. I mean, not literally FaceTime, of course, that would need to be on an iPad, but I mean, face-to-face conversations, chats, through any number of ways to do it. I'm going to use this camera, and I could use my iPad. I could make it work, but I'm not gonna. Okay, so there I've wasted enough time talking about tech that now I feel better. Now I'm quite sure this will run 25 minutes or so. And you're like, kill me now. Okay. Harp Twins. I feel like I've done this before, but anyway, I know I did. I know I showed the Harp Twins, and it's gonna be right here somewhere. Their new CD, Iceborne. Again, it's right here somewhere. It's a kind of a purple color, but I don't know that I did much with the T-shirts. I think I did though. But anyway, there's a nice To Keith, Camille and Kennerly, Two Hearts, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I've done this before. I'm sorry, because I said that you can't wash this at all. You can't wash it. It'll come out. It'll come right out. Not just a little bit. It'll be completely gone by the time it comes out of the washing machine. Even though that's called a permanent marker. They warned me about that several times, because I've had, gosh, how many shirts have I gotten from the Harp Twins? I bet 10. It's like every time I go see them, there's like 3 to 5 people that want a shirt dedicated to them, and so I have to actually put it in my phone. And they're like, "Okay, Keith, let's get this over with. How many?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, 2 size small girls V-neck and 1 size medium crew neck, unisex, and black or red." And then they're like, "Okay, who am I dedicating them to?" And I got to look at my phone and say, "Okay, that 1 V-neck there, that goes to so and so." And this time I'm talking about, I had on my phone, did 5 of them, 5 T-shirts. None of them for me, no. So. But anyway, so they get a chance to tell me often. Tell the person they can't wash this. It's not permanent. They can choose to. They can do what they want, but they're just saying they'll write on it. They'll be glad to sign it, but it's not permanent. Okay. Let's see. I have done Deanna Petku's paintings before. One of them's right there, the yellow truck. And I know I've shown this one, but I missed a spot. I missed a step. This is the one she painted for me for Christmas last year, I think. This most recent Christmas, I mean. Gosh, it's like it's already October. We're really close to another Christmas. It's crazy. But anyway, I pointed this out, and I pointed out the fact this abstract red was to match my Chinese red of my accent wall. Even where I am now, I painted the walls in the basement, but then I got flooded out of the basement, and I just need to move. I'm not kidding. I need to move. I'm going to rob a bank pretty soon if I can't get out of here. But the thing I did not point out is that this is her and carrying a gift. But what I didn't point out is the gift has a K on it, a black K on it, because that's my gift. She's bringing it to me. Is what's going on here? That's the idea. So I know I didn't point out that little black K before, because I didn't get this close to the camera enough to do it. So, and while we're on the subject of Deanna, I had him right here. Oh, yeah. I don't know that did I talk much about books. This book she wrote 5 years ago, and this is in Romanian, and this is the same exact book, same exact story, but it's all in English, and it's thicker. It's hard to tell when I do that. Yeah, it's thicker. Not really because of font changes, but just because apparently Romanian style books look like that, with very thin margins and lots of text on every page. And she said she was told by her publisher that American style books are more like this, thick margins, and just not as many words on every page. So that's why it takes the same exact story. Let's just do it. 254 pages, Romanian, 254 versus 378. It's a lot of difference in pages, and it's the font is really, I've looked at it, the font's the same size, so it's just margins and other formatting things. Anyway, my point is, um, this is merch, if you will. I am pretty sure that you can buy not the Romanian one, not the Romanian one. They're like too rare and they're out of print. They're not going to print anymore. But the English one, I believe she's selling it for $25, and I think that's got the shipping baked into it. Please don't quote me on either one of those two things. But if you have interest in this book, if you just let me know, okay? And I send me your shipping address, your real address, your snail mail address, and I'll get that to her, and then she'll know where to ship it to, and what address to use, and then I can get you her PayPal account, and you can PayPal her $25, and zing, and and plus, first thing you can figure out whether it's $25 or $35 or whatever, and you might not want it for $35 with the shipping baked in. But I will be glad to facilitate that for anybody that's interested. Sandra Bullitt. I just got this a couple days ago. Now I have to find it. Okay, tell you what, let me shift gears just for a second. I should have put these in the order of which I have them piled up, and I did not, so let me check a couple things off here. Okay, yes, Michelle Leclerc. Let's shift gears. Michelle Leclerc has this t-shirt. It's really nice. I got one of these for my sister. Why? Well, because even in black, I think that's it's too girly for too girly for me. I can't wear that shirt with the rose and the vines and stuff. No. So I asked for it in a size that would fit my sister and gave it to her. My sister loved it. And so this is another one. I'm not sure what I was up to here. I'm looking at the size going, it doesn't make sense for me. I don't know. But anyway, I think I just was going to keep it and not wear it. But anyway, that's, by the way, I say Michelle Leclerc. I should have said AKA Mimi Rose. That's her stage name, and she's pretty much all in on rebranding. I think she wiped out her whole YouTube channel of Michelle Leclerc and has her new Mimi Rose videos, and I believe her new video of her new original is out, and the single is going to drop soon, on all digital platforms, as they say, to accompany it. So she's really excited about that. But anyway, it's Mimi Rose, so she's, I guess, going to be going with new merch there at some point. But she's still got, I bet you, one or two T-shirts that say Michelle Leclerc on it. So I don't know quite how you deal with that. Okay. So then now we can go to Sandra, right? Yeah. Put you over here. Sandra Bullitt is in Portugal, and she sent me this, which is her album of original, or it's an EP. It's got 5 tracks on it of originals, and they're all, I haven't, as you can see by the shininess, I haven't unshrink wrapped it yet. I literally got this yesterday in the mail. I was actually waiting for this to be able to do this video because I thought, well, I need at least one more thing. I don't know why. I have a certain number in my head of how many things I think I need. And I never need that many because I always parrot my way into a 30-minute video regardless of how many things I have. But anyway, she sent me that, and then she sent me the lyrics in English of all the songs, all 5 songs. They're here in English, so that I can listen to how they sound, but they're sung in Portuguese. But then I can read the lyrics to understand what the song is about. See, I'm too close, and I'm so tempted to go to that standard resolution And you guys are gonna all go, what are you living? Are you living in 1940? No one uses 4:3 anymore. We've been widescreen for 20 years. There's no such thing as not widescreen. I don't even call it widescreen. They just call it television. You know. Oh, and then she wrote me a really nice, handwritten, personalized note. It's weird to call it a note. It's more like a letter because there's a lot here, and it's really wonderful of her. Thank you. So shout out to Sandra Bullitt there. Sandra ends up, I think, watching quite a few of my videos. I thank you, Sandra, for doing that. She's got a lot of home improvement projects going on, and she has me playing in the background where she can listen to my stupid crap and still work, because I'm not teaching how to juggle. That's not the purpose of that. This isn't the YouTube channel where you learn how to juggle, so you don't really need to watch me. That's right. That's one of a million reasons why I need to move. So, sorry, lost my train of thought there with the racket. Okay. Linus official, aka Jess, and I think she's from Australia. I think she's doing rebranding as well. I think she's going with Jess now or soon. What did I do with that? Yeah, here it is. Yes. And not gonna lie, be fully transparent here. This came out of the dirty clothes. It did, but that's her T-shirt from Jess Sound Up, and anyway, cool T-shirt, and so I mean it's a badge of honor for it, right? That it came out of dirty clothes. That means I wore it and it needs to be washed, But I did. I was getting ready to do this. I'm like, where's Jess's shirt? Crap! And I looked around and everywhere, and in a huge pile of clean T-shirts, and a lot of them are black. And I'm trying to find this one, and finally I found it in the dirty clothes. So that, yeah, I've got one more thing, but this is OCD when you check off something and there's only one thing left. Really, OCD is when you have a checklist and then you add things to it that you've already done just so you can check them off. I can't see whether I've ever done that or not, because I'm afraid the answer is yes, I've done that. But anyway, I know I've done these before, but I just take 2 seconds to do them. Cena's drumsticks, signed by her, and it's kind of wearing off. Yeah, there it is. It's kind of wearing off there because I have them in my hands all the time. I'm always monkeying with these drumsticks. I just have them around all the time, and so if I'm touching them, I'm rubbing off the signature, which again is supposed to be permanent, but nothing's really permanent. You can take that as a philosophy on life. Nothing is permanent. Or what do they say? The only thing permanent is change. Yeah. So, but anyway, these were used for one day, as I've probably said before. And Melina sends a little documentation, provenance thing that says which day they were used, and they were used for one day, and they're all beat to hell. So, okay, hey, that's 24 minutes, and I think that covers it. So my only question now is, do I begin to parrot about other stupid things, or do I mercifully let loose? I'm contemplating a haircut, but I don't think I'm going to get one because I was told not to. I just need to put more product in it. If it won't behave, just slam some more stuff in it. And get away from the camera. I think I'm gonna play this back when I put it up on YouTube once to see what the gain is, what the microphone sounds like. If it's loud enough, I think it is, and I think it's not on my iPad, which is a shame. I wish it was louder on the iPad. Let me push this button here. A little late to do it now, but it changes the lighting more to the way I had intended. So anyway, yeah, I thought I'd get this out. One reason is I'm going to be out of town for a bit on work business, and whether I'm driving my car or not still remains to be seen. I got to leave soon, and the guy, I talked to him 2 days ago, and he swore, he didn't swear, but he thought the car would be done yesterday, and I didn't get a call yesterday. I didn't call him because I figured, what's the point? I call him and he's going to say, we ran into a couple of complications, it'll be ready tomorrow. Or we ran into a big complication, it's going to be 2 more weeks. It doesn't matter what he's going to say. I'm just going to have to say, okay. So let that go. And just hope I hear from him. Got a different shirt on, got a real shirt on, but it's not as easy to tell because unlike my other black shirts seem to have white buttons. This one has got black buttons, and it also is not a button-down collar. It doesn't have any collar at all. So I'm trying that out. I bought this not sight unseen because I saw it on the screen on Amazon, but I bought it without trying it on from Amazon. So don't tell Amazon I have it on because I may send this back if I don't like it. If I don't like the way it looks when I see the playback, or if I don't like the way it fits or something. But for now, I have a new shirt. Actually, I ordered about 4. Yeah, and this one just happened to come first. That's all the interesting things I can think. Well, you be the judge. None of them may have been interesting, but anyway, that's all the things I can think to describe. It's right over there charging. I could. Yeah. No. Yeah. My new toy. Newest toy. From work. Maybe. How about? Yeah. If you didn't want to be here, just punch out. You could have punched out 20 minutes. Not 20 minutes, please. 20 seconds ago. 30 seconds ago. But I just plugged it into charge. It's probably got a pretty good charge anyway, but I got to get ready to get out of town. So I plugged it into charge overnight, and yeah, I'm going to get it just to keep us under 30 minutes, but not too much under 30. I don't want to disappoint the people that are trying to use this as their background music for doing video editing. That would be Vessi and or home improvement projects, which would be Standard Bullet. Be right back. And I mean right back. Okay, I'm back. So, I don't know why I just had the time to do this. Let me remember how this works. Oh, yeah, I've got it set already. I don't like safeties, so I don't leave safeties on. No, screw it. I got the safety right here. So anyway, yeah, got this thing here. It's solid steel. This thing won't do you a bit of good when you get whacked with it. And it's also a flashlight. Nice bright flashlight. But neither one of those things are its primary purpose. Its primary purpose is... Hang on, sorry. Yeah, that's its primary purpose. 15 million volts. Yeah, 15 million volts. Won't do you a bit of good. And the end of it here is all metal around the edges. So that's how it conducts electricity. And last time I went to Chicago, it was not exactly a shit show. I thought it went fine. We had a 3-man team. My partner and I. Well, I had to leave one person back at the hotel because the daughter went like it was a vacation. She wanted to go sightseeing in Chicago. Dear God! So I had to leave one person with her, and so we had just a 2-man team. And my partner and I, things went fine, more or less. I mean, not so much fine for the Antifa folks that came out of nowhere to just do their usual crap of crime and looting and assault and stuff. So things didn't go so fine for them, no. But they went fine for me and my partner and our principal. Yeah, got him out of there fine. And but anyway, my boss was a little wound up about when he read the reports from both my partner and I. He's like, "What?" And so anyway, he's sending an 8-man team this time, 8 rather than 3, and toys like that. Yeah, and we had plenty of toys anyway. But yeah, he's it's his company. He's got a reputation to keep, and he wants to make damn sure there's no problems. So suits me fine, as long as I get paid. Okay, now we're right at 30. Just broke 30 minutes. I mean, maybe even edit this down a little bit, but I'm not making promises. I'm sorry that I can't keep. So thank you. Look at the camera. Thank you for watching, and thank everyone. I hope I shouted out everybody who was here with their awesome merch and gifts and nice notes and things. So I really appreciate it. It's really heartwarming. It's really validating, and as somebody else would tell me, that's their word, validating. And but it is heartwarming is my word for it. It's appreciated. Forgot English for a minute. And it's the only language I know how to speak, really. I mean, I speak a couple of things. Petite. Okay, take care, all, and be safe in this zombie apocalypse. I can't believe it's October, not quite mid-October, and we're still in it. So, yeah. Be careful, take care, and I will hope to see you soon, but it might be a couple weeks. And you're like, thank God. Okay, I heard you back there in that last row. You were already heading out, and you're like howling over your shoulder, thank God. Make it 3 weeks. See ya.